Alright, it's been a while, at least couple of months. This is my last video, and yeah, there's a reason I haven't uploaded anything. It's mostly because lack of motivation, lack of really topics what I would like to talk about, and maybe I've been too harsh for myself and too, demanding that there should be a clear topic, and I just, it didn't come to my mind to just do a kind of free rambling about games and everything, and I decided, well, let's just do a video that I ramble about, upcoming games and whatever comes to mind, but mainly about upcoming games. And well, first, of course, new Resident Evil 9 Requiem is coming in about a month, February 27th, and to be completely honest, I'm not that thrilled about it. Of course I'm gonna buy that day one, but to be honest, I'm much more interested about possible remakes that are probably in the making, but Capcom hasn't revealed anything. It's their style to tease, I guess. But I'm pretty sure, and all the leaks, leaks, whatever you wanna call it, would suggest that Resident Evil 0 and Code Veronica are in the making, the remakes of those games. And I'm really, really excited if Code Veronica will get remake, because it's easily, for me, the Resident Evil that really deserves remake the most. Like Resident Evil 5 remake, okay, I guess there's a lot for improvements over the original, but as a single player game, same with the original RE5, I didn't really find it interesting to play it alone, but co-op, it was fun. And in that sense, in the sense of co-op, I would like to eventually get Resident Evil 5 remake, but for now I would be most happy if Code Veronica and 0, again, there's a lot for improvements over the original, and maybe, as far as I know, Resident Evil 0 originally was supposed to be co-op game, but I guess there were technical difficulties or something that prevented it from happening, and in the end it was just single player game controlling 2 characters. But you can see that it was definitely meant to be co-op. So Resident Evil 0 remake, make it co-op this time, that would be a huge improvement. And also bring back the item boxes. It was annoying system in Zero that there weren't item boxes. You had to just put items on ground, and of course there was map saying where the items, specific items are, so you didn't need to look for them. You just check the map and see where the items were. But I would say making Zero this time a true co-op would be a way to go, definitely. Like, if it happens, the remake, and it still would be single player game, the same way, controlling two characters, they would miss the point of remake. Like, I would say I would be hugely disappointed. Of course, I would be buying that probably, because just seeing Resident Evil Zero in RE Engine third-person view, that would be, I guess, enough reason for me to buy it. But yeah, back to Resident Evil 9 Requiem. I mean, it looks, what I've seen, kind of very similar to Resident Evil 8, and I hope that it's not too similar. Don't get me wrong, Resident Evil 8 Village was a good game, but it wasn't great. It was good, and there's a lot to improve over Village, and I just hope the 9 will be different enough. But again, we haven't seen that much gameplay, and seems like there won't be a demo coming, which is, I mean, in one way disappointment, but in other way we would be not spoiled by anything, gameplay wise, and playing the game before the full game release. I mean, it's a double-edged sword pretty much. I mean, but I would still want to have a demo before the release, but I don't think it's happening. By now they would have probably released it already. I mean, Capcom they are probably keeping it more, secret and mystery the whole game. That's why we don't get demo probably. Like they have so little revealed about the game. It's way different than it was in Resident Evil 7 and 8. They showed quite a lot of game, as far as I remember. But this time, it's so... they would want to keep it more of a secret than previous Resident Evils. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, looks like many fans are very excited about the 9, more so than 7 and 8. So yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I'm much more interested about the remakes than the main series games, and it's been like that. It was the same with Resident Evil 8. Like, I wasn't super excited about it. Well, I was very excited and curious about the Resident Evil 7 because it was so different. It was a reboot of the series. But 8 was pretty much the same with much more action, but like it was pretty much the same, just more action and I guess a little bit longer game, what I remember. 7 was quite short. So about the duration of the game, I hope Resident Evil Requiem will be much longer than 7 and 8, because those weren't very long games. But anyway, that's about Resident Evil games. New Carmageddon Rogue Shift is coming in a week. Next Friday we'll get new Carmageddon. I can't remember if I've talked about Carmageddon games on my channel like earlier, but yeah, I'm very excited about it, and what I've seen, it's not the Carmageddon that that the previous ones were. It's not the same formula. It has guns this time, whereas the older Carmageddon games just had power-ups and you needed to crash the other vehicles to destroy them. Now, this time you have weapons, but you still have the, just crashing power. If you want, you can crash your cars, crash into them, but of course weapons do it much easier. And yeah, there's been some Carmageddon fans that are not excited because there are guns, but like I said, I just think it's a good addition to the series. It's like a combination of Twisted Metal and Carmageddon, and Twisted Metal, so I don't mind having guns because probably Twisted Metal series has been buried long time ago, and it stays that way pretty much. I don't see ever probably coming a new Twisted Metal game, so having similar kind of game in other form, not a problem for me. So I'm pretty excited about the Carmageddon Rogue Shift. Other upcoming games, Fatal Frame 2 remake is coming, I think 12th of March. That is very interesting, but I guess they are doing the same like Konami did with Silent Hill remake, that they did the second game first, like now they are doing Fatal Frame 2 remake first. Why not the first one? I guess it's, as far as I know, like in Silent Hill, the second is fan favorite in Silent Hill series. Also, I think in Fatal Frame series, the second is fan favorite, Crimson Butterfly. So I guess that could be the, playing it safer to get more, selling more games. I understand that. especially in these days of game industry, which is going through, changes and not for the better. So I understand it's safer to do a remake of the fan favorite, but of course, talking about Silent Hill 1 remake is in development, that's great. But back to Fatal Frame, I think personally, like, I've played all 3 original PlayStation 2 Fatal Frames, named Project Zero here in Europe, but in America Fatal Frame, and in Japan I think also. So I speak about Fatal Frame now. Yeah, I think the second one was my favorite of the first 3 games. I mean, it was definitely the first 2 were on par, but the third one wasn't as good as first 2. But yeah, I guess Fatal Frame 2 was my favorite too, of the first 3 games. I didn't play that much the 4 and 5, like I've played them, but they are not so familiar to me. I own them, I know I need to play those sometime, but there's just so many games, and yeah, time for everything, I guess. But maybe because I am going to buy the Fatal Frame 2 remake, maybe after that I get the motivation to play 4 and 5, because they have been remastered also. Not remade, but remastered. Then, out of nowhere, I never heard about the game that came this month, I think 10th of January. Game named Code Violet for the PlayStation 5 exclusively. When I heard about the game, I was immediately interested, because it's like modern Dino Crisis. So it's an indie game, and if you haven't heard about it but you really love Dino Crisis, I really suggest you at least take a look of the game on the PS Store. It's Code Violet, the game's name. It's 50 euros, so it's pretty expensive for an indie game, but it's really high quality. I mean, it has got quite poor reviews, but that was because it was released on such a buggy, state, and they have patched it quite a lot of, fixed problems, bugs, just other problems of the game has already been fixed. They were really fast about patching the game, and it's getting new features, what I've heard of. New challenge mode is coming to that game. So I bought it. I haven't played it yet, but I am going to really soon. Just waiting for the right moment for me to get sucked into the game. But like, to me it was a no-brainer. Like, I didn't care about the poor reviews. I was just like, okay, modern Unreal Engine 5 Dino Crisis, I need to get this. I don't care about the reviews, and honestly I've never cared about reviews, like never. Back in PlayStation 1 days, PlayStation 2, I've read that some game had poor reviews. If it was interesting, I would still buy it because I've been that way always. I just don't blindly believe reviews. Of course, they are telling quite a lot about the game, but you know, it's about the taste. I mean, if the game is buggy mess, then I understand if it gets, like, unfortunately Code Violet, but fortunately it's been patched and fixed quite a lot. I understand, but it's really about taste. Like, if some reviewer doesn't like one game, you could love that game. It's just about if the game is finished and it's not buggy, it doesn't crash. It's really depending on who you are, what are your game taste. Like, that's why I don't really like game reviews. Are like, I just don't care. I read them, but not like fanatically. I just read I read couple of Code Violet reviews. I was like, okay, there's a box, there are some problems with gameplay, but it looks fucking interesting to me. Like, third-person survival horror game with dinosaurs. Hell yeah, that's like my my game. So I am pretty sure I will very much enjoy that game. Like, I would say I would have probably enjoyed it as a buggy, release version, but yeah, I like, it has already been fixed. Mostly all problems has been fixed, but I could still, wait couple of weeks if it still gets further patches to, start it as a better version. Like, I'm not in a hurry, but I mean, it has already got so much, so many patches that I'm pretty sure it's already in a good state. So yeah, if you want to support indie scene, small indie game devs are interested about modernized Dino Crisis themed survival horror, I would just suggest you check the trailer. If you find it very interesting, maybe, if not buying it for 50 euros, maybe waiting for discounts and get it later, cheaper. But I would really, do not let the reviews decide for you if you are interested. That I would say. But yeah, I mean, is there anything else really I should talk about games? Not really about games, but about console war or just consoles, it doesn't look good for Microsoft Xbox the future. Like, I've read that like they are expanding the games that were so many years Xbox exclusive, like Gears of War. The new Gears of War Reloaded, the remake of the first game, is available on PlayStation 5 now. There's Forza. What? Oh, new Halo, the remake of the first Halo, is also coming to PS5. Like, and newest Forza Horizon game is also on PS5. Like there has to be a reason why Microsoft expands their exclusive game series beyond Xbox. I don't think they are doing so well, and I haven't heard anything in a long time about new upcoming Xbox console, successor to Series X and S console. I haven't heard about anything. I have heard about PS6 for quite a while. So PS6 is definitely coming. I think Sony is doing fine with PlayStation. I don't think Microsoft is doing very good with Xbox. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Series consoles would be the last Xbox consoles. Like, what I've read, but it's been long time ago, that the new Xbox wouldn't be that much of a console, but more like a PC you play Xbox games on. Like I'm pretty sure if there will be a new Xbox, it would be a very different. It's not like the Xboxes we've got previously. But time will tell, but it doesn't look good for Xbox, to be honest. We'll see what happens, but it's possible that Microsoft could abandon the Xboxes and expand it in other media, like the Asus ROG Xbox Ally handheld console. I guess you could say that's a new Xbox handheld, but not really. It's still Asus ROG series device. But yeah, I mean, there will be a big changes in Microsoft Xbox, definitely. As of Nintendo, they are doing fine. I mean, I hate their practices. They are the most scummy company of all three. And I think Microsoft is the most consumer friendly, and that's especially I hate the situation of Xboxes, because they are the most consumer friendly in my opinion. Sony's some practices are kind of meh, but Nintendo, they are quite scummy, to be honest. But yeah, I can see they are doing very well with Switch 2. I think Switch 1 is still selling somewhat, but Switch 2 has been a huge success. So I think Nintendo will, they have a long lifespan of Nintendo products, and probably Sony too. Microsoft, it could be the end. But okay, that's about it this time. Nothing really else to talk about, but for you who still are my subscribers, thanks for, being patient, and also the reason why I did this today is that I've been feeling quite a lot better mentally and also physically. I mean, both. I've been feeling much better than the end of last year. So now I was just motivated enough to do this, and also I've kind of missed this, talking to a few of you who are interested about games, and just listening someone talk about it. And yeah, one more thing. I mean, there's not much to say. Shadowman Dark U Legacy. We haven't heard a fucking thing. Like, I'm not sure if it's even coming anymore. Is it cancelled? Has it been started over? Like, we haven't heard anything in a long time, and I've lost, to be honest, I've quite much lost the interest about the game. I mean, sure, if it ever gets released, I will definitely buy it. I mean, of course, but the situation is just very uncertain, like what is going on. Can we at least hear if it's being cancelled or not? We hear fucking nothing. But I'm still keeping an eye on that game. If anything happens, anything new news about it, I will definitely make a video about it and talk about it if there will be any new information. Rest assured, I will be doing a video. But yeah, it's not looking good at all. Like when it was announced, I was very, very excited. Now I'm like, my excited level is like 1% of 95% what it was. Alright, so that's it, and like I've mentioned in my earlier videos, I don't think I will at this moment do regularly these videos. They will be very random when I'm motivated enough and just want to do, regardless of topic. But of course, if I have a very clear topic, then I'll of course do like Shadowman if we get any new info. But anyway, see you on the next one whenever that happens. But rest assured, like I've said, I'm not abandoning this channel. I mean, doesn't matter how few subscribers I just can't end this. I've been doing this now for more than 7 years. Like, whoa, it's been 7 years already. Damn, time flies. But anyway, I'm not abandoning this, so there will be, and of course, if I decide I will, stop making videos, I will do a video about it. You will definitely be informed about that, but that probably doesn't happen as long as I live. So yeah, so bye.